see that. Thank you for falling. Thank you.
I'm getting mine like fine wine, measure the time. Many of my brothers love you, but this pleasure is mine. There's no pressure for us to say that I love you for now. So fuck that coffee shit, I just want us to be comfortable now. Real, who you loving, who you wanna grill up? Who don't care who you date, as long as you care and you trust. Trying to hear all your problems so I can lighten the load. No, you not fighting alone, cause I'm protecting you from it. Chill, life hard, ex-lovers is like scars. You stop hurting, but never forgetting what it was. I wasn't young, my biggest enemy was the club. Voice mails and girl rings, fucking me up. So I don't trust.
When is Tyree? He better come on. Hey guys. Podcast time.
It's supreme confidence if we good, that's been enough.
One minute. Oh my goodness. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, everybody. And as always, welcome back. And thank you guys for all of your love, support, and tuning in, whether you're over the internet waves or the radio waves. I appreciate it completely and totally. Listen, as always, you guys always know what I say at the beginning of every show. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at Conversations with She, all one word. When you get to the Instagram page, there is a link in the bio for you to then go to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel has old videos up for your viewing pleasures. So definitely make sure you go and do that. Subscribe so that when we're doing different events and things like that, you can be in the know. Make sure you're following NLG Radio as well at NLG Radio DC. And hey, as always, I always say, go tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody that we are live right now. And they can go to www.nlgradio.com and they can tune in. Tonight, Ray is back in the building, and we're gonna go deep. We're gonna talk about a good little tea. We got some good tea tonight. Anyways, go tell somebody that I am back. And I'm gonna take you guys down memory lane right quick and go right into so that way when we come back, we can go right into our topic for the evening, which I think should be very enjoyable. It's definitely going to be one to make you think, and just give you something to go away, take away. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, I'll be back. I was trying to say. I say, what the hell take the song so long to stop? Crazy thing about it is I had to stop for a second because I thought I added it to my playlist and I didn't, so I had to go find it.
Oh, that's why you was talking about that.
Yeah. I'm like, where is it at? I thought I put it in my playlist. I build my playlist all the time. Cousin!
I saw you earlier.
In the mall?
Yeah.
That's what I told him. I was like, he said he was going him at the mall.
I was like, it's that.
You can.
Why you ain't saying nothing?
Because I ain't want to be wrong. I don't like doing that. I got to get a clear face visual before I be like.
I ain't there had the other jump, but it said like cognac something. So I'm like, fuck it, I just grab it.
Ooh. Oh, you got two over here too.
I mean, I bought this in
I'm going to
Cognac
the
fresh.
bar. I'm going to
And
the
black
bar.
cherry.
Yeah, shit, I ain't got it. Nigga, I'm going to the bar.
This one probably not vodka. This one cognac, and it has a great flavor.
I'm going to drink this one.
That don't be that bad, like,
But the bartender I'm going to see is that bad.
it'll be okay.
He gonna be like,
Rain in
oh,
the
you came here
building.
with liquor in your system.
1, 2. Can you believe
She talking?
Who?
You talking?
she don't even know what the topic is yet? So don't let her fool you and say
I'm
no.
sitting right here, minding my business.
Well, at least she was on time.
Oh,
girl, why me?
Isn't this so perfect?
What's
Do you know
your?
about Wednesday I be burnt out?
I be burnt out.
Cause I'm up here all day Monday. Because then I'm up here all day Tuesday. I be burnt out.
I kind of want to try that one too, but I know I'm used to the black cherry one.
I be burnt out. That's okay. You ain't gonna see me no more.
What's meant to do?
Tastes like grape soda.
It do.
Yeah, that shit got some kick to it. Don't underestimate it.
So the good thing about these videos, y'all, that I realized once I was loading them to my YouTube channel is that it really gets the behind the scenes.
When I see people walk
Alright,
past,
so I want
always
to say,
look. That's why I don't sit right here with my head always up.
it gives the viewers, at least gives them the opportunity to be able to see what goes on, like when we on song breaks and the stuff that we be talking about, like after or whatever, or before, even before.
You know we about to start putting your last 2 shows up on the website.
Oh, okay.
So there'll be a link under your flyer.
I know what I gotta do. I always forget. I have to get a flash drive. Please remind me to get a flash drive. Because I need it's a couple of my first few shows that I don't have the videos for.
Yeah, I can't email those. So yeah, you gotta get
I
a flash
think I
drive.
got a whole hard drive.
They too big to email.
It's like a terabyte jump, so that'll be
okay.
more than this guy.
We still got a minute.
I was on time.
Huh?
Was I on time?
I said Ray was back in the building, but I didn't, normally.
You said what?
I'm saying you was late.
I would have been on time. She said she
I
was
said,
gonna get out of the
I said
store.
stop. Alright, y'all ready for the night? I hope y'all are. Especially my men. This is a show for our men tonight. Really, if you think about it, it is though. It's a chance for the men to really like open up.
Let's see if they gonna open Pandora's box.
Let's see if they gonna open up. I gotta turn your mic up more than
Damn,
that.
my show was crazy as shit last night.
Oh,
Who
Lord.
knew an electrician?
An electrician? I do.
I'm trying to help some people on the weekend. So I asked them, do they need help or something? I be needing shit they do instead of keep spending money on drinking and turning the fuck up.
I gotta turn off aux. Mute aux, right?
What are you trying to mean?
The music.
Just turn it down. No, you should be plugged into your DJ.
Okay. I just didn't know which one. I just been
Yeah.
turning it down.
Turn it down, and then you can mute it if you want. But if you want to stop it, you don't have to mute it.
Okie dokie. So, we are back. We are back.
We
are
back.
We back and we better. back and we're better. Y'all ready for tonight? Because, I mean, I'm ready for tonight. Ray, you ready for tonight?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, let me just tell y'all that Ray came up with the topic for this evening, okay? I just want y'all to know this, okay? Because it's very important that you understand that a man actually came up with this topic for this evening, and I was okay with it because I feel like it's important that we talk about this. These are conversations, I think, especially because with him being a man, and these are the type of conversations that other men need to hear men talking about, like, and they need to hear it come, or they need to know that it came from a man's mouth and that it came from a man's thinking, just so that we can have these types of conversations more often within our community, because we don't, and this is how issues tend to, come about. Anyway, so Ray chose the topic, and I just came up with the catchy title of emotional or nah.
Okay.
You want to tell everybody?
No, because we were just driving, and I was like, damn, I think this good, so
Yeah.
fuck it. You said lead the way. I just talk.
So,
Because we really be just driving, coming up with shit.
but why did you choose the top? Go ahead.
Say what?
Tell the people why you chose the topic.
I really don't know. Oh, nah, just because sometimes I be like, damn, I just be going through shit. And I be like, fuck, who can I talk to type shit. So that's probably why, because we just linked up and then we was driving. So
Right.
I don't know, we always be talking about shit.
We talk about
like
everything.
real shit. So.
That's the good thing that we had. Okay, so when we say emotional or not, tell them like the real thing behind why we chose this top. Like, let them know.
I don't know.
The basis of it.
I feel like sometimes men, they go through so much shit and they don't have nobody to talk to, or if they talking to like their spouse or somebody else, they might feel like they're being less of a man or weak because, society has always told us, be strong, stay tough, don't cry, don't shed no tears, shit like that. So when I'm saying emotional, it's not necessarily like you a bitch, but it's just niggas got feelings too, or go through shit too, so sometimes they need an outlet or somebody to express themselves to without being judged and just know it's gonna be okay type shit.
Okay, so that's why I think that this is a conversation that's really important to have. I really want my men that's online or even over the internet waves to definitely chime in, because as I grew up, I can recall like most of the boys and the guys, like, they are always talking about how, like, oh, we're not supposed to show emotion. Like, they're taught to not show emotion. And I just want to change the narrative, because I feel like men need to understand that it is okay to be emotional, as long as you're not extra super duper emotional. Like you said, you're not turning into no female, but I really want men to know that it's okay. I mean, of course, me having a psychology background or whatever, I used to have to tell my male clients, like, bruh, talk to me. Like, let me know what's good. Like, let me know what's going on. Like, it's okay to share that piece of you. Right. And be transparent. I mean, I think what a lot of men don't understand about transparency is that most women appreciate that side of you. They may not say it all the time, right, but a certain level of transparency and a certain level of you showing your emotions is actually a good thing. I mean, and any real woman is going to really respect you showing your feelings and being Now listen, we ain't talking Carl Thomas emotional, even though I played that song. we not talking Carl Thomas emotional, okay? So don't get it twisted. I ain't for all that shit. Right. But let me tell you, I appreciate a man who can be raw with their feelings and saying, you know what you just said, like, made me feel some way. You ain't gotta be like, that hurt my damn feelings. Nah, that's doing too much. That's doing too much. But if you can be man enough to say, you know what, that made me feel some type of way, and not lash out and not do it, you know what I'm saying? Speak in a negative way.
I think you get the lashing out because they hold so much shit in or something. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, a lot of times with females with me, they be like, oh, you just so nonchalant. You don't care type shit. Cause I really don't be caring. But then deep down inside, it is like certain little shit. I just be like, man, what the fuck type shit. I'm a little weird, but I feel like cause you know I know like you my road dog, you my Ace Boom Coon,
Right.
whatever. T like, hey man, this bitch blow that type shit.
Right.
But I think you should be open, and I won't say that everybody, but you gotta find that one person or whatever you could at least decompress or get shit off your motherfucking mind so you don't explode.
Exactly.
I think that's why a lot of shit going on in the world today.
Yeah.
People don't have people to talk to.
I mean, and you know, the thing is like as a community, if we start talking about the issues that make us uncomfortable, then we can actually work together to get through them and make the future, our future, meaning our children and the people and the kids that we are mentoring, whatever,
Right.
better. I mean, the one thing that I thought about when I was thinking about what I was going to talk about tonight was how when you become a parent, you tend to do everything that your parents taught you
Right.
with your child. And you tend to do it knowing that it's a toxic behavior or whatever it is that you're teaching them is a toxic trait, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. Alright, so perfect example. I'm gonna use my dad for example. I know drinking and driving is wrong. He will always tell me, no, but nigga, I grew up watching you do this type shit.
Right.
Even though I know it's wrong, our parents is like our first two role models. So
Exactly.
a lot of this shit, they can be dead fucking wrong, but we'll always be like, oh, they right. That's our parents. They can't do no wrong type shit. So
Right. So if you're just joining us, the title for tonight is Emotional or Nah, and we're actually gearing it more towards the males being able to understand that it's okay to have some sort of emotion. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to show an emotional side of yourself to others. Like you, as a man, you have to understand that men take a lot. That's one thing that I do realize. Men take a lot, and I realize that men also they hold in a lot. Again, most of it is because of how they're raised as kids. Thinking, listen, you fall down, get up, don't cry.
like shit.
Hey, you get your ass beat. Hold up, I dare you to cry.
Cause you go get
But-
I'm gonna really whoop your ass.
I'm a really
type
good,
shit.
like you're beating me. Like come on, like I can't cry as a little boy getting beat. I can't cry, but
Right.
but you know I think you open the door for conversations that make other men uncomfortable, and you as a man coming up with this topic, I commend. Well, you already know we have our personal conversations all the time, but I commend you for being able to say, you know what, I don't give two flying shits. I'm gonna cry today because that's what I feel like doing. I'm
Hey,
overwhelmed.
Like shit.
Like, I need men to know, like, shit, that make you, and this is the thing, this is another thing I thought of. I said, if guys really understood how strong of a person it makes them by being able to cry and shed that all that stuff that y'all been harboring and holding in and just trudging through,
Like shit.
it makes you more of a stronger person by being able to know that, you know what, I need to release it this way today and not that way.
Right.
So the more you release it and you do it in a positive way, shit,
Yeah,
you're
I
a
mean,
stronger
but-
man because of it.
I'm about to say you can do it, but don't be bitching or crying. I mean, well, I can't say that if you gotta do it this way, do it. But I'm about to say, early once in a blue moon, shit, you go through shit, get that shit
Yeah.
out, get it over with, and move the fuck on. Like, I think sometimes we just worry about too much shit, man. Get that shit out. It's gonna be what it is. I don't know. It's a saying I always live by. I'm gonna put my pants on one leg at a time, and I'm gonna still go get the money.
Go get the money. And then I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, I just feel like the more we change the narrative and the things that we speak about, the things that we put on a pedestal, I think it's really important that as women, we stand behind our men in our community and we let them know that, listen, let me tell you something. As a woman, I stand behind you and I support you being an open book. You can be emotional.
Right.
Please be emotional with me. I think too many women make men feel like they can't show their emotions. Shit, me. Let me tell you something. I tell my son all the time. It's okay that you crying, but one, you better know why you crying, and two, you better not just be crying for nothing, bruh.
Right.
If you crying for nothing, get out of my face and go get yourself together. And when you get yourself together, come back so we can discuss this, because you're not going to be sitting here crying for nothing. Now, if you got a good damn reason. One day he told me, he was like, because you're yelling at me, and I don't like. I said, because you're doing stuff you're not supposed to, and I don't like it. The hell? But guess what? I allowed him that time, because in that moment, he was feeling some type of way. Yeah, he was feeling some type of way, and I allowed him in that moment to show his raw emotion. As women, raising a boy into a king, it is difficult. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be transparent. It's difficult. I don't know, like I'm nervous because I don't want to make him too tough or too soft. I need him to be just right, so that when he gets out into society, he's ready for whatever. But I also don't want to be overly hard on him. And I feel like men, they put this wall up and this facade on. I don't even know if that's like the right term. I can envision what I'm thinking about, but and they do it because they want to seem like they want to appear to be tough. And it's like, as a man, is it more important about appearing to be tough, or actually being and doing the internal work so that you are really tough and you can have those moments? Because I feel like strength comes in many different forms, and men think that their strength is showing no emotion.
I say you can do it in both ways. Cause I know I'm like tough as shit. I be a lot of times I'm hard as shit on you.
Right.
Man,
yeah.
Hey, so they
right.
Like,
He don't play no games. Let me tell you.
I do that shit with everybody. That's why I say a lot of people who know me, they be like, man, you nonchalant, you don't care. But like my family, like you or Uncle Marco, Uncle Jerry, whatever, they get like the real deal just because me, I'm very like private. I don't need everybody knowing my shit. So
if y'all,
that's just the way I operate.
So if y'all just joining in, we talking emotional or not. We're talking about men being transparent enough to expose the emotional side of them, or have those emotional moments and not feel bad for having them. Of course, having them in moderation, 1, and 2, having them but being able to have them and not like kind of go off the deep end. So what do you think if you let me say this. If you had a son, how would you raise your son? Like when as it pertains to the whole being emotional and things, like what would you tell your son?
Who, me?
Nah.
Oh, cause I don't got kids, so you know.
I said if you had a son.
I don't know. Just go back to like how my father raised me type shit.
But no.
I mean, well,
but remember, we're changing the narrative. Wait.
So you, we said we tend to do what our parents teach us, and we kind of know it's wrong. So and then fuck, I build elevators. I'm in construction, so you get a little softness, but I'm gonna build you to be tough and like get it done type shit. That's just how it was for me, and I feel like I turned out good. Okay,
but tough, get it done is good. Right?
You do get time to talk. Like if we gotta talk, we could keep it real. I feel like we'd be real.
Right.
I don't know.
What do you think would be your feelings on like the whole crying thing? Like,
see, you could cry, get that shit the fuck out. Cause I'm gonna tell you, you only got 5 to 10 minutes. Get it the fuck over with. Get it out, and we gonna move the fuck forward. So you could cry. He could cry. Just like you said though. He better know what the fuck he crying for.
Yes.
It better not be off no bullshit.
Okay. So if my men are online, any of my men that are watching, because there's a bunch of you all watching on Instagram. I mean, on both. If you had a son, how would you rear your son as it pertains to showing his emotions and being emotional as he comes up? I think.
But I tell you this, he better not cry because a nigga tried to fight him or something.
We're not playing them games.
So that was
we're not playing them games.
You gotta fight.
No.
If some shit really been going on in your motherfucking mind, you needed to talk. Shit, we just gotta talk about it, and I just gotta be there to support him and let him know it is gonna be okay. A lot of times it's so built up that men can't cry, men can't do this shit, or Nah, you really can't, cause fuck, we do have emotions too. You hold that shit in. That's why we shooting up the world and the whole lot of
that's what I said. Like, so
you gotta get
Suleiman,
that shit out.
look, Suleiman said this is a need. There is a need for this to be talked about, and it hasn't. So it's really kind of a little hard to articulate. I can understand that.
I mean, that is true. It's kind of hard because nobody never wants to take the first step and just say this is a problem.
Right.
So I don't know. That's probably why I came up with the goddamn.
Yeah.
You know what?
I feel like as men, like as a woman who I am constantly transitioning. I am constantly growing. I'm ever evolving into trying to be a better woman. I need men to know that more women, well, I can only speak for myself, but as a woman, I stand behind certain things that men probably wouldn't even think that I stand behind. Right. And, you know, for me, it's like, I want a man to be open, honest, like, shit, if you had a bad day, you want to come home and fucking cry. Like, look, I almost bust that bitch shit, but I had to keep it together at work, and that shit was hard to keep it together because felt like I almost had a fucking heart attack. And listen, it's okay. You got through it, and you talking through it now. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, at the end of the day, like, be an open book.
Got to.
Please, why not?
Or you don't have to be open with everybody.
Right.
Be selective, but be open
very
to
selective.
The people that care about you so they can know what's going on. So if
and they know how to help.
A little change of attitude or anything, they know you're not about to go fucking jump off the deep end.
Exactly.
Kill yourself or do some wild shit, because if you don't open up and express yourself, you only leave people to assume, because they know you as one person. So as soon as the little salt or the pepper off and the dish tastes a little different, it's like, oh, something not right. Exactly. But if you like, matter of fact, this not about me, this not even about a dude, this actually about a female, but I kind of knew something was wrong. I was like, what's up? You sound different. Oh, nah, nothing wrong. I'm like, all right, I call you back. But what? I'm just chilling. You sound different. Like, I just think we try to hide shit from each other. Just be honest, man. Like, you don't, like I said, you don't gotta keep it 100. But if something bothers me, just be like, hey, I need 5, I need 10. Something now, I'm just not feeling it today. Cause then when we get to snapping and shit, people gonna snap back because you're not acting like yourself. Then you're ready to bust some motherfucker upside their head because you really not in playful mode.
You didn't now after the fact, after this then blew out of proportion, now you want to say what your problem is or what your issue is. And you know what people don't understand, some emotion is actually good to show. It's good to expose it. Don't keep looking over here.
Like shit, what you
like she ready to join. Like she
ready to talk.
Look, some emotion is good. And just so y'all know, for a sidebar, I'm talking to Lady O because y'all know she always in the building. But some emotion is good. Like I said in the beginning, like you don't have to be super emotional, but the rawness in showing your emotions is actually a testament, like I said, to how strong you are. You not hiding and masking your feelings and emotions like men are led to believe as young boys. It helps to break that cycle of toxic repetitive behaviors that we then instill in the next generation. Byron said a man has to be comfortable around a person or female to share his emotions, and that's very true.
That's what I was saying. That's why you probably gonna do it around everybody, but you at least owe it to the person. Just be like, hey, young, I'm not feeling this shit today. But at the same time, you gotta find that one. Like I said, you gotta find that one. I'm not gonna do that shit with everybody, but like you, my cousin, like man, shit, we, man, cause this shit love you or damn, I feel like it's a lot of pressure on my back right now.
Right.
Gotta have them talks, and you gotta have that one to get that.
Be able to bring that out of you.
Like
so if you're just joining us, emotional or not, we on the men today. I'm as a growing woman, I'm standing behind my men today, and I'm letting y'all know, like, listen, my line is always open. If you ever need to talk and you listen, you can hit me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Be like, listen, man, I just need to be emotional right now, and I'm okay with it. As long, listen, no,
I'm not laughing at nobody. I'm just laughing
and it's cool because the way I said it,
like shit, and I don't want nobody to think, because they talking about my see, that's the problem. Motherfuckers always laughing and shit. I'm not laughing at nobody. I'm just laughing because I just like to laugh. I always I would say, so if I'm never not laughing or nothing, then y'all know something is like
Exactly,
wrong. Like,
exactly.
So
Oh,
y'all gonna
shit,
be like,
you ain't
hey,
laughing.
T,
What's
what's
wrong
wrong
with
with y'all
this
motherfucking cuss?
Exactly. Let me tell you something. We're going to take a break. We're going to go to this song right quick. And again, if you're just joining us, we're talking about men sharing their emotions. When we come back, we're going to talk about, we're going to still talk about the emotional part. But we're going to now switch gears because now we talked about how we're raising our kids or our boys. Okay? Now we're going to move towards the whole being in a relationship or dating and being in a relationship, and that emotional shit sometimes don't be. Let me tell you something. I got something for that ass when y'all get back, let me tell you. Anyway, we are about to play this song, and when we get back, we jumping right back into it. So any of my males that are on either feed, make sure y'all get ready to chime in because we're talking about men being emotional and whether or not it's good.
Somebody got a song request.
Somebody got a song request? Who got a song request?
Shit.
Oh, I see it. We'll do it. We'll do that one next. Why the fuck, y'all?
What?
That whole time at first, I had mic 1 and mic 2 unmuted. I didn't have mic 1 and mic 4 unmuted. So when he first
That's why I was
came on,
wondering why he was so
I
loud.
knew you was looking, and I was looking too. Like, why is he so loud? He was so low.
Turn your mic down a little bit.
It's down.
I know, but you still loud.
Like,
You talk
Should I
loud.
push it?
No.
I know.
I mean, either or push the mic back or you gonna have to close, bring it right down again.
you tell me how to what?
I say either push the mic back or turn your volume down on your mic because you don't need it real high.
Okay. Listen. Y'all, if y'all just
Well, we gotta we about to start renovating the studio this week. So once me and him.
if y'all just joining us, we talking about emotional or not tonight.
Laying down the floors. He's gonna put up the soundproofing, and then he's going to add some ventilation in here because we got other shows.
Right now we at a radio break.
But we can't.
I'm trying to get both me and Ray in the shot. No, I'm talking about.
You might need to move in closer because
Oh, or maybe put it over there in the corner.
you still gotta connect to the
We
show.
always motherfucking be incognito and shit, so I know it's
Leave him
fine.
alone. We got somebody on another show, the unknown Mike.
What is that?
They don't see him on live. He called the unknown Mike.
Who, him?
No, somebody on our smooth hour.
Oh.
They don't get on video. I mean, we know everybody know his name now, but he was the unknown Mike for a while.
Well, you know you've never been in none of the videos, though. And so even when I say Ray in the building, I never put you in none of the videos.
Nah, I'm just saying, shit, if you need some help, though, I help. Long as on the weekend now. This weekend ain't gonna be good.
I about to say, we gotta do everything.
About to get them both.
Oh, shit.
We gotta do everything on the weekend.
Nah, so that's always good for me, though.
Because we gotta do it after the shows. Because nobody wanna be in here smelling paint. Wow. Unless we painting out there. I don't wanna be smelling paint during my show.
As long as I can drink, I'm good. That'll work.
Yeah, because we gotta get it renovated. He gonna get on my nerves if he don't get it the way he wanted it to look. So we gotta paint first. Then we
It's like
gonna,
spicy as a mug.
Man,
I told you that's why I almost died.
hey, that junk good.
That first bite, you almost killed me.
But try that grape one.
I'm not drinking cognac.
Man,
I'm drinking
it
white
tastes like
I'm taking
grape
this with me.
Drink it.
Bruh.
I'm taking this with me.
Bruh, drink that damn thing.
I'm not gonna drink both of these and then go drink in the bar. You trying to have me drunk?
Man, that's like soda. That shit ain't nothing.
She still ain't finished the first one. Well, neither did I, but so let me shut up.
I got 30 minutes. I ain't got pressure me. And I'm drinking coffee, so I'm gonna be tired when I get there.
Bruh, she all over the place, man.
First of all,
Man,
I
can
wasn't
we get a
supposed to be
hookah in
drinking
this
that.
motherfucker? or
Exactly.
something?
A hookah.
Well, we got one. Like I said, once we get the studio finished,
I need some weed.
What?
because they be on this door. Like, the smell wafts out of here so quick,
That's
even
why I
when we
said
got the door
hookah.
closed.
They don't like hookah.
They don't, you know, smoking here, period.
Oh.
The only thing we've been able to smoke in here and they not detected are vapes. Because the smoke,
Light the incense.
they still smell it and they still see the smoke.
You about to put the hookah in the corner.
26 seconds. And we back.
Bop, 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 bop. Hey, I'm just feeling lit. Do I gotta work hard tomorrow?
See, he telling me to drink. He's talking about he lit.
Nah, that's because I ain't been drinking like that. I've been smoking weed.
Got ready.
I'm a weed smoker.
Let's go.
How the pickles?
And we are back. So, if you happen to be just joining us on one of these lovely Instagram or Facebook feeds, or maybe you
Sponsored by Pickle
just logged into the internet.
Or you just walked on by, like
Listen,
Advocate said.
walk on by. Hey, we are talking about emotional or nah, and how it is okay. We don't got no sense. I just want y'all to know that. So imagine how we are outside here. I swear we need a movie. Like we need cameras to follow us around because y'all just don't know how epic it is every time we link up. In any event, if you're just joining us, we are talking about emotional or nah, and how it is okay for men to be, or to have a sense of knowing that it's okay to show emotions. I would like for my men to chime in. We have already spoke to how we've known boys to be raised as having to be super tough. And you know, I spoke to the fact that I have a son, and yes, it is very hard, and trying to have a certain meet a medium as it pertains to how tough I am.
Like it's a certain standard,
right?
That we tend to raise boys to.
Yeah, it's a certain standard that we tend to hold men to when we're boys when we're raising them, and I just need men to understand that as you matriculate through life, we understand that it is difficult. For a man, it is. I get it.
Hey,
and it's okay to show emotions.
Not to cut you off, because there's some funny shit. Because I'm talking to this girl, right? And she always be like, "I need you to use your words." I don't know what the fuck just made me think of that.
I say that shit too.
But so I'll be like,
like,
she be like, "What the fuck?"
That
shaking
shit,
your head
that
for
shit is
like,
irritating.
why you doing that? Use your words. You know how to communicate. But it's so funny because. I don't know, niggas just don't be talking.
They make faces.
They make faces.
So anytime I make a face where I shake my head, she be like, what the fuck? Like, and I just look at her, she be like, come on, communicate.
Or my son says, never mind.
Oh yeah, I always.
JR will hit me with y'all. Okay, so JR has this thing, y'all, where if so he will be doing something and like say he do something that he know he's not supposed to do.
Said balance.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's cousin. Yeah, balance. Balance is definitely a good word when we look at that. But hold on, I'm gonna come back to balance. But so he'll be doing something, and so if I just raise my voice, y'all, anybody who knows me personally know that I talk loud anyway. Like most times people be like, "Do you know you loud as shit right now?" Like, or girl,
me too.
You loud. Like, but I naturally talk loud. And so if he even thinks that I'm raising my voice even a little bit, his ass will start crying. And I'd be like, here we go with this shit again. I be saying it to myself. I don't say it to him. Because that sounds like some bad shit to say to your child. But no, I say like to myself, like, okay, I'd be like, all right, JR, I'm like, what you crying for? Like, why are you crying? He'll be like, nothing. It's not nothing. It's not nothing, bro. You got a whole, like, your whole face wet right now. Like, what's the problem? Like, what's up? Like, I have been learning, though, that I tell y'all I'm growing and I'm transitioning. I have learned that he really does not like for me to raise my voice at him. And most times he's only crying because I am raising my voice at him. When I approach if I initially yell and then he starts crying and I approach my talk of trying to figure out what's wrong with him, if I approach it on being softer, then he's more likely to tell me what's wrong with him. But if I continue to raise my voice, he won't say it. He'll be like, it's okay.
Well, that's why I think balance was a good answer because
Yes.
balance is needed.
Exactly.
Because if you always talk soft and nice, then you kind of setting them up to fail. Because when you become a young adult or whatever, you have people in school, they not going to always fucking talk nice. You're going to be at work, your boss not always going to talk nice. So if it's always just you get talked to nice, then you'll think that that's how people should always talk to you. Remember, we just talked about parents, our first fucking heroes.
Well, yeah, of course.
So I'm not saying you're doing anything
no,
wrong. So
I know.
You gotta do the balance thing.
Because if it's something that's serious, you best believe
you can't be like,
I'm not gonna be that soft person. Like I'm not gonna be that soft. I'm not gonna have that soft side if it's something serious. Because at the end of the day, you need to know that this is serious and this is something that I'm not going to play with you about. I'm not wavering, and this is just what it is. You can call me mean, but what I'm telling you is for your good. And if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you.
Another good point too. The Marshawn Lynch jump. So that was
yes.
that was a football thing that happened on TMZ. Now, if you ask me how I feel about that, hey, this football, this the gridiron. Like I said, I work in construction. I build elevators.
Okay.
We not about to look. Coaches, people, they cuss all the time.
Tell people who might be over the internet waves or listening that may not know what that is, the Marshawn Lynch issue is. Let them know what it is.
All right, so the parent put the kid in a football camp with Marshawn Lynch.
Right.
So Marshawn Lynch tends to talk to children. Maybe it's football. It's serious. You're going to get yelled at. These young boys. You might even hear a cuss word or something.
Yes.
But, I mean, that's just how football is.
That's how football is.
It's not a soft sport.
Oh, okay, go ahead, finish. Because I got a story about football.
It's not a soft sport. So, I guess the person was acting soft.
Oh, yeah, she said the parent was upset.
And he said, get the fuck off my field.
Hey.
Oh,
I mean, it's why would
at the end of the day,
hold on, let me ask you this. Would you pay all this money to send your child this summer to a camp or something?
okay.
And then they don't get a best? Like, I saw that and I was like, at least he was a man enough. He even ran up the steps and chased the parent and just was like, yeah, if we want to address this, let's address it. Don't try to record me and say this was Marshawn Lynch. So I'm for that. That's me.
So talking about football, y'all, let me tell y'all how when JR was put in football, I honestly did not want him to be in football at that young of an age. I had an attitude and I had an issue. But once I came to grips with, you know what, he's a little boy, he needs to experience different sports or whatever, I was okay with it. So he started doing the practicing and stuff like that. He was doing really well. He ended up liking it. However, the first game, this little Negro he got suited up, okay? Put the whole goddamn uniform on, y'all. And was like, I'm not going on that field.
I get the fuck
And you
on
know
the
what I
field.
did? Listen. Oh, and those parents had something to say about what I said. Because you know what I told him? I went to him and I got close in his face and said, you're going to get your ass on that field. Because one, you did not come all the way down here to quit. What we not going to do is we're not going to support and make you think that it's okay for you to quit. Because if you make him think that it's okay to quit at that moment, he's going to think that he could go into anything that he does and that he could go and at any given moment he could quit. No, you're going to go, you're going to play this damn football game, and you're going to finish this season out. You're going to play every game that they put you in. And then when you get done at the season, if you don't want to play football next year, you don't have to. But you're not about to quit, my dude. Like, nah, go, get your ass. You think he didn't run out there crying? Like, I don't want to play today. Oh, you're going to play. That's what you're going to do. So when it comes to football, just definitely being involved. Thank you. See, cousin said you were dead on and correct in what you did for JR. Because at the end of the day, I think some parents just allow their kids and see, this is when stuff starts to go wrong. Like, they don't instill the right things in their children. Like, okay, he yelled and he cursed. You know that football, basketball, soccer, all of these contact sports are sports that get you amped up. So for the parent to be mad because he yelled and cursed, like, it's a goddamn sport and you gotta instill in these kids early.
I said I wasn't gonna talk. Right?
Y'all hear Lady up. She said she wasn't
gonna
talk.
But I got a boy.
Go ahead.
She got a boy.
Here go my thing. I don't mind the yelling. I don't mind the aggressiveness. I don't mind. Do not cuss at my child. That is my problem. I don't cuss at my son.
Okay.
And I go off at his father for cussing at him. because I feel like he's not at that age at 11 that my son is sensitive. My son is me. So he is a combination of me and his father. He's directly down the middle. He's very emotional, and I understand as a boy, like you said, it's balance.
Right.
He has to have balance. But I do not like grown men cussing at my child. You can get your point across, and I do think as a mom, I had to pull back because my son was like that at first too. Oh, I want to quit because I'm nervous and I don't think I'm going to be good. Nah. But I told his father, I said, cussing is derogatory. He got to deal with that already out in the streets. He needs to understand you can communicate without having to say fuck and all that other shit to understand somebody's not playing with you and somebody can speak to you with authority. I don't feel like you got to use a cuss word to get somebody to a point that you want them to be at, because they...
But
let me ask
you this. So you don't like that, right? But you know that in this world that he grows up in, people are going to cuss at him.
Absolutely.
So I'm not trying to say that you're sheltered.
Because I will say there are times when I get frustrated with him and I go off and I get into that outburst. Right. But I also see that type of stuff makes my child cringe. It's not he doesn't give me a response where I say, why the fuck would you do that? When it's something I've said a million times to stop doing. Right. It doesn't make him stop doing that. But if I'm authoritative with my voice, he'll cringe at that too, a little deeper, because he doesn't like me yelling at him. So
he don't like certain things.
I think it's the because I don't want my son being out on the street talking to a woman and say, what the fuck is wrong with you? Doing all that shit. Course. I want him to have a conversation and understand you can be powerful, you can be authoritative, you can articulate yourself without having to get to that point.
And I can understand where you're coming from as a mother, because let me explain something to you. The one thing that I do not tolerate, and I will not tolerate, is for people talking to my child any kind of way. Because I will nicely be like, who you think you're talking to?
And I feel like
at the end of the day, but I do feel like somebody said, okay, so two people chimed in, and one said they're setting them up for failure. The world is harsh, period. Hits the word balance, which I agree with. Someone else was like, football is vicious. You got to get them mentally prepared. And that's the thing. We are, and this is why I wanted us to talk about the men being emotional, because, it's really important that we mentally prepare our boys for this vicious ass world. Mm-hmm. And like he said, life is vicious, and he put 100, and that's so true. And he said, you don't, but people do. So you got to know how to recognize and handle with caution. And so the thing is this: in this day and age, it's so hard to figure out the right and wrong things to do with our boys, because the world today is not what the world was back when we were being raised.
Let me say this. I think that's why, and salute to all my single mothers who doing their thing and trying to play both roles, but you definitely need a male figure, or a man. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely, because, okay, I'll use my parents. My mother, she more like, Real, whatever. Fuck no. You want to quit football? You go to the coach, you tell him you want to quit.
Right.
You want to do something? Or, nigga, what you mean? You got money, you need to start learning how to, you make enough. You shouldn't be asking for cash out with shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying real life shit that goes on, and where like my mom, she'll probably.
And see, I'm not that mom.
No,
I'm not. And so we give, and one thing I will say is me and his father have this balance where there are times I'm the stricter parent. There are times he's stricter. Like, we balance each other out.
Right.
But the difference that I always tell him, and his dad's from New York, his dad's from Brooklyn.
Right.
So his dad had a different upbringing.
Exactly.
His brother raised him.
Right.
I was a little more sheltered with my mom and my father.
Right.
But I still grew up in the hood. So even being a female, I'm going to be real with you. Females get talked to worse in these day and times, and sometimes niggas talk to each other.
I think y'all do, but I just think naturally, as females, y'all have more of a nurturer mentality. Not
it depends.
I mean, no, I know y'all got the toughest. I don't seen
But
some females
I
more
absolutely-
tougher. I just think naturally. I'm just talking about women in general.
Mhm.
That y'all more of a nursery. And
I
might
will,
be.
I
wrong
will
by
say
trying
at
to
this
group
point in raising my son, I have gotten out of this. I can run the mommy phase is what I call it.
Yeah.
Like, especially being here at NLG, like the men that are here are really kind of building in addition to, and I will never take away from his father. You
Of
know,
course.
we were together, we not together, you know, like,
It's what
but
it
he's
is.
still been there. But he still has other male figures that are in his life here
Yeah, I mean,
that instill. So even if you have, you might be a single mom and the father's still there, you still need other male figures because
No,
they give you
and-
different aspects.
And that's the important part.
And that's when it comes to like talking. Just a man got open
Right.
the fuck up. It's no one woman that can say this is the right way to do things. There's
Exactly.
no one man. Like,
Absolutely.
I always tell people when I'm talking to my cousin, I be like, nigga, I might got fucked up ways at times, but take my good, take my bad.
Right.
Pass it on as
Yeah.
you don't do this. You
Exactly.
can't do that. Like if you look at Ray, shit, you see how he doing grind, take that. Him drinking, driving, cousin. I don't know about that.
Right.
I just feel like with Marshawn Lynch, he already had such a bad rap.
So why complain if you paid for your son to go to this?
and
right?
I get that.
So-
but
But
you
you
already
don't
got as a celebrity,
You
you
don't
already
care.
got such a bad rap.
And then, but that's the thing. The mother knew that when she put that child into that camp. So,
so
at
it's
the end of the
okay
day,
for NFL.
it's
to
not
have a
okay.
child
It
like
is.
that.
it's
It
not
is.
okay.
Because-
I'm not gonna say it's
listen,
okay for him to cuss her
I'm-
out.
I'm-
But what I am gonna say is this: as a mother, I'm sure you knew what his track record was. So if you knew what his track record was, you knew that there was a possibility that it might be some type of something.
Cause
Okay,
I'm sorry, I would what I would have done. I may not be pulling you out, but I am gonna go have a conversation with you to say,
That's
look,
what they did have a conversation.
hey,
So
I'm not gonna film you and all that other
that's what
shit,
the
but
other
I am
person
gonna pull you to the side and be like, look, you need to find another way. Cause I'm sorry, if I hear that as a mom, I'm walking the fuck out on the field. I don't give a damn. Don't talk to my child like that, especially if they ain't in college or he ain't an adult to really
Now I
mentally
would say
deal with that.
I would think that it would be more of a him doing that to kids that are like
Yeah,
older.
like come
I
on,
would-
it's
I
a
would
certain
think that,
age range
a
that
certain
you
age
gotta
range that you
watch
can do that, yeah.
how you deal with that. If you
Yeah, because
talking
it could make
17, 18, about to go into college,
Then
you
that's-
about to go to
I don't know the
military.
age, but I don't think they was like 5 or 7.
Uh,
If you in middle
I'm
school,
sorry,
you
if
can
he's
get
11.
busted.
No, if you're 11 years
I
old,
don't know.
don't. As a
That's the way I
man,
feel,
you're not
but
cussing at my
I
child.
don't know. My upbringing was
I think under
I don't know.
15, and this is
fuck that.
I don't
But
know.
see,
I'm
that's
just
the
saying
difference.
it because
No.
And that's why you got kids in middle school talking like that. Because the area around them, people don't, middle school, and I'm going to be real, until you get to high school, I feel like you are still somewhat of a baby, still forming who you are.
Well,
Now,
it-
that
it
doesn't
doesn't-
mean you need to be coddled.
Nah.
That
Nah,
doesn't
we
mean
not
any
so.
of that. But at the same token, as adults, you should not be some 30, 40-year-old man cussing at a child
So-
like he's somebody that's 18, 19 on a prison yard.
I'm a-
So somebody
I'ma
said
use
it was
Leo.
a reaction in the moment and no excuses, but coaches yell and get super emotional and curse. I do realize that, and that's the only reason I can attest to the whole coaches get emotional thing is because I was able to I was at every one of JR practices except maybe one. At every one of his games. I know for a fact I never missed one of his games. I was at every game. I was at every practice, like I said, except for one. And like I know for a fact that it can be frustrating when you're trying to tell a child to do, and then they hear it, they know this is what they're supposed to do, and then they keep doing the total opposite. So I understand it. So I'm on both sides of the fence. If you guys are just joining us, we're talking about where the title for tonight is emotional or not, and we want our men and
I'm
boys
cussing
to
them
know.
I think the reality is, though, too,
Hold
what
on.
you also got to realize is children are sponges.
Yes,
They take
emotional
everything.
or not. That's why
and
I
when
said.
you're a coach or you're a leader of any type of group, you are a mentor automatically.
Of course.
So the way you react, and that's why I say, yes, heat of the moment. You see coaches cussing in the daggone NFL when they get pissed off, and I get that. But as children in formative years, and that's why I say middle school, elementary school, those are formative years. When you respond like that, you're teaching those kids to respond like that. And that's the problem. Yeah, I get every once in a while, heat of the moment. Cool, makes sense. But I'm sorry, as a mama, I am going to come to you and be like, come on. He's such and such.
But that's what he said, though. He kept asking him, he like, where's a man at? Where is the father? Is there any man that I can speak?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because like you just said, as a mother, you would do that.
Right. But he want to address the male.
But what if there is no male in his life? What does that mean?
He wasn't saying it in a bad way.
No, I get that.
Now I'm just, like you see how you like, as a mom, I'm going to address that and come to the field. And I guess he's saying like, most men, they'll come back to that emotional shit. It's not even about being emotional, but I think certain men can talk to each other.
But being 100,
men can kind of, they can.
I'm pretty sure you can talk with the
I'm gonna tell you.
Emotional.
Let my son's father see another man that's not somebody of value in his life cussing him like he a nigga on the street. You gonna deal with both of us.
I don't think it was getting cussed at. I don't think he should get the fuck off the field.
But it's still the whole, like, okay, we're not on the field, right? You might be an uncle or whatever. You sitting, right? Yeah. And then you just hear this shit. I'm just thinking reaction. What if we sitting there? Because I already know you. You gonna pop the fuck up real quick.
Nah, that's,
if you pop up.
No, because Tiana know me like, shit, I really.
You would tell her
no,
he's
gonna be. People, I be like, hey, out here, both sides type shit. Like, what was said?
So the thing about Ray is this, and again, if y'all just joining us, it's emotional or not. We letting it be known that it's okay for men to be raw and show emotions, and you know what I'm saying, as long as it's positive in a positive way. But so the way that Ray is like, if I would pop up, I swear he'll probably grab me first, be like, nah, come on, let's figure out what.
I got.
Let's figure this out,
and that's fine.
Because he'll calm me down, like he'll try to calm me down first, and then when he addresses the situation, if the person, whoever did whatever, don't come correct, then you got two problems on your hand. And I mean, it ain't gonna be just
because I don't like
problem.
dumb shit. Like I done stole a nigga for like.
So let me tell you something.
I love
Listen to what he about to say. Because he's the one who be like, he's the one that be like, oh nah, chill.
I really do. But then one day, like we was out, I'm just walking. We out motherfucking like Adams Morgan or something. This dude all of a sudden decides to run up in front of Tiana, propose type shit. Like, nigga, what is you doing?
What?
So I just stole him, like, boom.
See? So I'm saying.
But no, I really have moves and shit.
He it's like you gotta catch him. You gotta catch me. You know what I'm saying? But for the most point, he be chilling, and it's more like, okay.
Now I will say this to the moms, and it's gonna be my last comment for the night.
Right, and then we gonna close out.
We cannot, with our boys, and I'm even say vice versa, the men with girls, because I feel like it's the same.
Yes.
You cannot coddle and protect. You have to let your children go through and grow. If they have to grow without you.
Right.
Because there were things that happened with me that my dad couldn't protect me from. He tried to. He may have wanted to be involved. Right. But when I stumbled and scraped my knee, I learned, okay, you can't do that shit. So I've had to pull back and really, like, one of the major things I hated was putting my son on the bus by himself. Letting him be out there. Like, I had the biggest fear of that. Because I've seen so much shit happen. I've seen buses go missing and all the stuff that happened on buses. But Ty was like, Mommy, I got it.
Yes.
And I had to trust my baby and know that he got it.
Yeah.
And he's 11. So he started last year,
like,
getting on the bus by himself and getting
Devin
off the bus.
said, amen, don't sugarcoat it. The world definitely won't.
Look, exactly.
Because I'm about to say, man, look, life's going to be real. Oh, that's Devin who?
Maya and Devin. You know who it is.
I know. I was about to say,
I
don't think of nothing of that.
No.
But no, real shit though, like, man, life's going to be like 100. Whatever's going to happen, going to happen.
It is.
Whether it's on the bus, the train, whatever. So I tend to tell people, let's not think negative. You know what I'm saying? Like certain shit I do.
When you put fear in the universe, you allow it to manifest.
And it's living in your motherfucking brain.
Let me tell you something. Yes.
And
whatever you allow.
Prepare your children at the same time. Like, we went through many drills of what do you do in this situation if you on the bus? What do you do with this? What do you do if you don't see me at the bus stop? Like, we went through a lot.
You can do that, but sometimes that shit is like overwhelming. Like, a kid just want to be a fucking kid.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, yes, prepare them, but at the same time, speaking to like the topic, like the world is not gonna give a fuck about nobody's feelings. When they decide that they're gonna do shit, and that's the messed up part about the society that we live in now. People just don't care anymore. They don't have a sense of care, and that's how. Rest in peace to all of these babies that we've lost this year, to people who don't care. Probably these niggas that needed to be emotional and wouldn't be, so they decided to go and pick up a gun and just start shooting aimlessly, and they killing these kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, they some gumps. Like, and it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a good way to show your emotions. So when I say when we talk about emotional or not, and is it okay for men to be emotional? Yes, it is. Express yourself. Let somebody know that they hurt your feelings.
Like, shit, but you don't always gotta be physical.
Yeah, and you don't have to be over fucking emotional. Because that's what I was gonna talk about when we started talking about the dating and relationship. We got sidetracked by the Marshawn Lynch thing. We got that, but listen, we could have a part 2. We're gonna probably do a part 2 of this because I want to talk about guys being emotional when you're dating and in a relationship. Yeah, so y'all stay tuned for part 2. We probably do it next week. But listen, this was a good talk. I need more of my men to chime in.
Chime in and keep it real.
Chime in and keep it real, man. Y'all gotta understand. And matter of fact, we're gonna do it next week so that they can have time to think about it.
Like shit.
So they can have time to think about it, and they can actually be able to, like Superman said, articulate their real feelings about the situation.
Y'all know what the topic is for next week.
Y'all know what the topic is for next week. Emotional or not, part 2. Y'all say a little prayer for me while I say a little prayer for you. I love y'all and thank you.
I'm not talking. I'm not drinking. She cracked that.
You told me to finish it.
Look, she got the. She said, "Fuck it, ain't nobody gonna talk to my son like that."
Before I put on my makeup.
I don't play that cussing at my baby. Like, I don't like that
So
shit.
this my thing, though. I will say this.
Now, what I will tell you this. Hold on, let me tell you this first.
No. Because you went first. We got to shit a mic.
We're not on the mic.
Okay, but we got to shit a mic. So this my thing. I just want to say this. I understand you. You know, parents can have their viewpoints and shit. But I just want to say, if somebody, or if people do cuss at him, what do you tell him? Because you're not gonna always be there to, handle the situation. You might come to like, don't cuss at him type shit. But what do you tell him? Do you be like, it's okay, don't worry about it? Because if you say you're emotional,
I tell him depending on who it is. Because there's a difference. If you're somebody he trusts and you're training him or you're coaching him,